The End, aka The Last Step. The long history of the world wound that began in the land of Sarkoris must likewise end here. The commander has matters to take care of in Dresden, but it is merely a waypoint on the final stretch. At the last moment, when all hope was lost, Isildur, son of the king, took up what? For the Crusaders, the commander was able to tip the scales in his favor. The demon lord Isgari was brought down in the Grand Battle of Ys, and now the Crusaders stand ready to assail the main bulwark of the world-wound armies, the Fortress of Threshold. That's ended. Even though technically there is a DLC that begins now, or that would begin now. I'm not sure how to activate it. Maybe we're going to play it after. Maybe it's going to activate itself. Let's launch the final assault on the Threshold Fortress.
After breaking the blockade of the demon armies and defeating Discari, the Crusade forces close in on the Threshold Fortress. The place where 100 years ago, the first rift between the planes was opened. The place where this story will end.
I'm going to do something terrible. I need to load the game. I'm going to check for the hard requirements again. Or was that a mistake? Performed, okay. No, I'm wrong. So I wasn't sure because of the hard requirements with the book of Paradox, but Threshold is not Threshold. We will still have a chance to leave Threshold. So there are 2 stages. I forgot that. Okay. Never mind me.
After breaking the blockade of the demon armies and defeating Discari, the Crusade forces close in on the Threshold Fortress. The place where 100 years ago, the first rift between the planes was opened. The place where this story will end.
Getting close. The commander himself. Marching ahead. The mighty Karamzadeh. Ah, so finally he will fight us again. Blade Hulurun, there you are. Paralictor Amino Thread, okay. The day we've been waiting for has arrived. Let us prove that we don't call ourselves Crusaders for nothing. Ah, interesting. So all the people that we help, they will now help us. Nice.
We do it tomorrow.
Reporting, my troops fight in full accordance with the dogma of the measure and the chain. No cases requiring court-martial have been discovered as of yet. Came here to pass judgment. The sinners before me are numberless. Okay.
But how will they know I've arrived?
You're either nutjobs or the most heroic heroes this world has ever seen, Commander. Chief Sal? Cover your advantage, Commander. Honor to be fighting alongside. Where is the Elven notes should be somewhere here.
How will they know I've arrived?
And we need to get away from the threshold again. I'm not sure how this works. The guide said that
But how will they know I've arrived?
we will have time to leave the threshold before we enter the next phase and talk to people in Dresden and stuff. But is that still a thing?
I do what I must.
But how will they know I've arrived? But how will they know I've arrived?
I am the flame. Let the dark withdraw, for I am coming. Oh, the storyteller. There he is. Nistra and the storyteller, okay. I'm going to return to the area where we came from.
It's time to
Nistra, if they try to drive us out, we'll melt their stone with our magic, but we won't fall back.
We do it my way.
Perfect. And the storyteller. Go forth and remember, history is being made here this day. Okay, yeah, we're going back here. Let's see if there's anything. I'm a bit confused. It feels like romance with the queen, the storyteller, the conversation with Hilo. Shouldn't we have had the time to... But oddly enough, there is no warning from the game like make sure you now do whatever it is you need to do before the end. Usually when this game forces you into a certain advancement of the storyline, it warns you with a big bar where it says, are you absolutely sure you want to do this? Because if you do this, all the stuff you haven't done yet will be, well, acceptable. So maybe there is a second phase to this?
But how will they know I've arrived? Oh, quiet now.
Preserve us mortals who stand in the way of chaos. Is Queen Belfry? Queen Belfry? Well, what the? Oh, another Devastator. Oh dear. Only 600 hit points. section in terms of healing immediately. Heck. Greater command.
It isn't my time yet.
Do not dally, Commander. Lead your troops forth and we shall hold the position.
But how will they know I've arrived?
I do what I must. I'm gone.
But how will they know I've arrived? Oh, quiet. But how will they know I've arrived?
Purge this land of your corruption, demons. Much like what? Much like Commander purged my spirit. Ah, okay. Oh, that's the first time the Head of the Inheritor is actually fighting with us. Nice. And after just one attack from the enemies, he's already at half life? What the heck? Our allies are weak as heck.
A dear guest on my doorstep. Please do come in. You have been long awaited.
Arms like a welcoming host. The gesture doesn't seem feigned, but you feel a strange, menacing tension behind it, like the echo of a nervous chuckle that was never uttered. The wound in her chest pulsates with a red glow. I can feel the madness radiating from you, Arilu. What has changed since the last time we met?
Nothing at all.
Witch answers, glaring at you with her glowing crimson eyes. Let's talk. We don't have to resolve everything with bloodshed.
We will talk. I promise. But not here. The path to your souls and the world wound's healing demands my death. The accursed threshold prison where everything began must be where everything comes to an end. So I invite you in once again. Cross this threshold. I'll be waiting for you in the heart of the fortress, in the place where the wound was opened.
Now we can talk. Okay, let me guess. Lots of talking. Okay. Okay, let's save. After entering threshold before ending. Sort of valor is fluttering in the wind triumphantly.
So this is it then. The final push. The last battle where the great heroes will vanquish Arilu Vorlesh and close the world wound, ridding Galarian of a deadly threat. That is how the chronicles will tell it, I'm sure. You know very well, my friend, that this was never my war. I was merely following the person who offered me protection. I could not have cared less where you led me. And I still do not care about the cause for which we are fighting. I probably ought to have cast you off, rather than lay my head on the chopping block alongside yours. But I've grown attached to you now. I don't like the idea of you perishing in this place. That is why I shall help you win.
Thank you for your honesty, Camellia.
Don't thank me. Not here, not now. I simply felt that I ought to tell you the truth. Nothing more. It seems I have grown overly sentimental after all our travels.
Now's not the time for doubts. Together we will win.
Rush headlong into battle, come what may. I approve of this plan.
Not a bad spot to end this war. Formidable, menacing. It has a certain style about it.
Taking an unhurried puff of his pipe, Greybow eyes the fortress with satisfaction.
Seeing as our contract is coming to an end, Commander, let me just say that you are the most impressive client I've ever had the pleasure to work with. And a highly lucrative pleasure it's been, too.
May I try whatever it is you've been smoking all this time? Question mark. Pungent but not wholly unpleasant aroma assaults your nostrils as your lungs fill with hot smoke. You bring the full force of your will to bear against the sudden urge to cough and smoothly hand back Graybow's prized possession.
It's strong stuff from Garand. What do you think?
Not bad tobacco you've got there.
Of course. It's worth its weight in gold. It's one of my little weaknesses that I refuse to give up.
You don't regret taking me up on my offer?
Of course not. Where else would I have had so many adventures? Besides, it's thanks to you that I've been able to add so many accomplishments to my service record, which will boost my rates in the future. You know, it's jobs like this, the ones that are both fun and pay well, that make me love what I do.
Tell me you've crawled right into the maw of the abyss for the sake of gold.
Well, it sure wasn't in the name of Iomade. Of course, money's not the be-all and end-all. You dimwits need someone with a clear head on your side, someone to watch your back. I know how you hero types love sacrificing yourselves at the drop of a hat.
Greybow struggles to maintain his deadpan expression, but his mouth breaks into a smile despite his efforts.
Now you're talking. Why don't you show me who it is we need to kill to win this war? Arilu Vorlesh? I'll wish that lady sweet dreams with unalloyed pleasure.
Just thinking, I'm pretty sure we need a certain date. Oh, perfect. Exactly. Give me a second. We need to be in the 4th month. 4th month between 15 and 21. 15-21. Perfect. Victories this week doesn't matter. Okay. Let's go 16, just to be sure. And I'm going to check the hard requirements. The secret ending. Even though still we need an Elven note. I've put together a lexicon of paradox, either via skill checks or using the blank page from the storyteller. Perform the studying the unusual crystal research project. Let's see if we done that. See, fresh. Active, perfect. Perform the research draft. Let's see if it counted. That's the one that was secret project active. Perfect. Banner project, we have that one. Hepsamira, we have that one. Killed the Scar. Wait, what? No. Perform the records of Pelua Stargazer's research. We have that one. At the Midnight Arrow, we have that one. Perfect. So we should have all the hard requirements now, except of course the convincing her and the lexicon of paradox. But we should be able to do that. We just need to find the last Elven note somewhere here in the threshold, and then talk to the storyteller.
We do it my way.
Okay. Let's just see what we can loot here first before I talk to anyone else. Is there? No. So we will have to talk to a lot of people. That's not a problem. I'm going to check. Or maybe the elven notes are inside the other area? But how are we going to get out of there? That's a bit odd. Maybe let me quickly search for the information we require. Pursuit of the past. Doll Safari, no. In pursuit of the past. Act 6. Pursuit of the past. Pathfinder. That was mighty buggy. In pursuit of the past. Pathfinder was the righteous wiki. Perfect. Elven note locations. Threshold. This is the final note you can obtain. It is on the table in the beginning section of the dungeon. Don't forget to head back the way you came and leave the dungeon to give the note to the storyteller. If you proceed too far into the dungeon, you will not be able to return and give the storyteller the final note. Okay. I see. So that one will be possible later. When we enter this, whatever this is. Then let's talk to our people. So we have Greyborn, Camellia, Ember.
This is it. The last fortress. It's been a long road from the river city to here. We walked and walked and walked along the road, and suddenly, there's no more road.
It's a bit odd that she says River City, even though I'm pretty sure that the first Pathfinder game, Kingmaker, the story is located in the River City. Maybe I'm pretty sure that she came from the River City, but I'm pretty sure that this is a reference from the developers, from the team that created this game, towards the player who potentially played Pathfinder Kingmaker first. I didn't. Are you ready for battle? Seriously, that's your question towards the most friendly of all?
Nobody is ready. It will be scary, very scary. In the last fortress, all the lies will end, and the truth will rise. It's scary, but it's good.
Lies? What are you talking about?
Nobody knows what will happen next. People are afraid of the future, so that's why they make it up. They lie to themselves so it's not so scary. They convince themselves and others of the things they make up. But one day the future will come. The story ends, for better or worse. When everything's already happened, there's nothing to be afraid of anymore. And there's no reason to lie.
May I ask, what are you going to do when the war is over?
People used to call me a fool, a vagrant, and a beggar. Now they call me holy. It's so strange, because I'm just an ordinary little girl. But you know what's bad? I can see that some people are afraid of me. And some come to me and ask me if I'll punish other people for them. It's all so silly. It would probably be best if I go away somewhere, to a place where nobody knows me. They won't be afraid, they won't revere me, they won't ask me to work miracles. We've been on a long journey together, but it's at an end now. When we win, a new journey will begin.
Let's go, it is time to fight.
Hear that, Soot? It's time!
Bad place to stop. We're out in the open. It's like we're asking to get jumped, but you've got to do what you've got to do. And Nino.
I am calculating the likelihood of your victory. Taking into consideration the fortifications of Threshold, the long period it has been under demon control, and Arilu Vorlesh, who is personally overseeing the defense, I would give the Crusaders a 30% chance of success at most.
Okay. With brows furrowed, Nino is feverishly writing something on a crumbled piece of paper. She looks up at you and sighs heavily. Useless mortals, what?
Of course, the presence of an illustrious scholar of Golarion in your ranks, meaning me, immediately increases your chances by 5%.
Are you afraid?
Fear is an unproductive emotion that typically gets in the way of a good experiment. And I've never indicated that I do not support my loyal follower in his battle against the demons. I simply calculated your chances of success.
Whatever our chances, we're not backing down. Besides, never tell Han the odds.
If you win, I'll make sure to mention you in my encyclopedia. Aha! With that as an incentive, your chances have increased by 5%. Consider this my contribution to your victory.
The moment of victory comes, the storm of chaotic energies in the sky will disperse and we will see the stars and Mistra. This is a fine position. As soon as they show their faces, we'll incinerate them. Yanyel, I've lived my whole life for this moment. There. The hour of grief will come soon, but now is the hour of battle. The Hawk Blade. Quite the battle. It seems we are aiming to slay every demon in the world wound at once. Shame our father didn't live. Orb. Happening from one rock to another is exhausting. Make our stand. Paralictor Aminos Threat. Defend the foothold until our last breath. No one can handle this better than us. True. I like the Hell Knights. It's a bit odd. I mean, they are sort of adjusted toward evil, but yet they see it as a necessity to overcome that which is pure evil. They would never abandon humanity, which is odd. Shall go now. We will win, if not us, then who? That's a good question. After what I've been through, the demons cannot deter me. The battle ahead of you, champion, will be the most difficult of all. You hold the fate of Golarion in your hands. That's a bit of a pity that we don't get a voiceover. I mean, I'm not sure who, but the voice actor who did the voice of the Hand of the Inheritor has a magnificent voice. I like it. It's a bit of a pity that we can't hear it. Now, storyteller. The old elf stands frozen. It is unclear whether he is listening closely to the sounds coming from the fortress, contemplating something, or just dozing. Upon hearing your footsteps, he respectfully ducks his head. Commander, how did you end up right in the thick of battle? Storyteller smiles softly. This is not my first battle. Commander, I know how to defend myself, and the thunder of a fight has never stopped me from getting into another adventure. I've come to witness great things, and some unsightly demons will not dare to get in my way. Will you help us in battle? A blind man is hardly what you will need when storming a fortress. I will stand here, among the soldiers guarding the gates against uninvited guests. If you manage to seize any artifacts whose nature you wish to know, bring them to me and I'll read their stories. What do you think lies ahead for me? My gift is useless here. The story is yet to be written, and the quill is in your hands, Commander. I appreciate you coming here, right to the heart of the fight. How can I miss a story like this? I wish to witness it, not listen to the retelling in years to come. Do we have anything? Ah, the story is a mask of the most worthy, and raises his eyebrows. This mask, this item, I feel a peculiar kinship with it, as if it calls to me. Remarkable. The elf looks at you with unusual impatience. Shall we? Sure, see if you can find out anything about this mask. Storyteller touches the mask reluctantly, and his eyebrows immediately shoot up. I see darkness, cold, endless, hiding. No more secrets. I feel someone's presence in this darkness. Someone is waiting for me there, and this mask is a torch designed to pierce the darkness and reveal age-old secrets. Just put it on, and the elf brings the mask to his face, but suddenly stops. And still I sense deceit. It's as if by agreeing to wear this mask, I will learn much, but I will lose just as much. I have no idea what this mask is or for whom it was intended, and yet somehow it looks remarkably familiar to me. Storyteller frowns, weighing the mask in his hand one last time, before shrugging and returning it to you. You know all that? Okay. So we're going to call this an end.
I'm gone.
And next time we're going to hopefully start the romance with Godfrey, talk to the rest of the people, and then we're going to probably enter the dungeon, get the Elven Note, get back, make the Lexicon of Paradox, end his storyline, and that I'm going to call that episode a quit, and then we're going for the end. So, until next time.